Hey Aries, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Aries. So I hope you guys are doing amazing. If you resonate with any of the messages that come through, there is a part 2 linked below for your convenience through Vimeo or through Patreon. Take a look at Patreon and everything we got going on over there, and make sure you do thoroughly read the tier benefits. Some people have made some mistakes when trying to sign up for certain tiers, so just make sure you read that thoroughly. Aries, I want to go ahead and get started. Big dragon energy with you. Big dragon, serpent energy with you. They were showing me the Ace of Wands. I feel like your fire has been exacerbated, almost like you've been in too much fire or your fire has gone a little untempered. You could be very excuse me, you could have been very frustrated up until recently. This feels like an energy you're actually coming out of, but keep in mind, because I am reading for the collective, everybody's kind of on different waves and it's up to free will and all of that. So some of you guys are still in it, some of you it's upcoming, and most of you I think are moving out of it. But yeah, it just feels like untamed fire, unchecked fire, but mostly out of frustration. Excuse me, mostly out of frustration, but I do feel like I said, that is dissipating. I feel like you're finding a nice balance, and I also feel like you've got your eye on the prize now. If I'm getting the word target, maybe you shop at Target, I don't know, but I'm getting the word target with that. You've learned to focus better. Something had your fire all riled up. I can't like get away from that feeling. It doesn't feel good. It feels like blah. It feels like that. It feels like frustrated, angry, and just blah, like just out of control. But I do feel like you have learned to focus. You have found your focus. You have found your focus, and you are not wavering on your focus. But I keep getting dragons and serpents with you too. So that's just what I'm getting initially. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to start with the Power of Elements to give us a card to start with. Ooh. I also feel like some of you guys might be having a lot of tension in your body. I think probably just anyone who's still frustrated. Why do you feel so frustrated? It's like a very restless, antsy, like kind of energy. Angry, really, too, for some of you. It almost has this feeling like you feel out of control. Some of you are having to face some control issues that you got going on. Okay. Just calling a spade a spade. All right, can I get a card for Aries, please, for the Power of the Elements? For Aries, can I get a card for Aries? I feel like you need to go out into the woods and scream or something. For anybody who's still in this like energy, I think you need to go out in the woods and scream a little bit. Oh my God, I feel so restless. Can I get a card for Aries, please? Oh, calm it down, Aries. Calm it down. Get some blue. Get some blue colored stuff. Get some lavender. Just tranquilo. Just relax. Calm your shit down. Interesting. Protect and shelter. Let in only those you trust with the energy of air, with the element of air, excuse me. That's an interesting one to come out, okay? Because when this card comes out, it is about boundaries. It is about, keeping safe what you covet, what matters to you, what means anything to you, what holds significance to you. But it also can be a card of being overly guarded, too. Because I keep getting this feeling with you of you need to let go a little bit. You need to let go of control a little bit, let go of the reins a little bit. You need to surrender a little bit is really what I keep getting with you. So I actually feel like you've been overly protecting something with this. It feels very like dragon and its treasure. Okay? It feels very much like my treasure, leave me alone. My cave, leave me alone. My cave, my rules, my treasure. It's very much like that. Like you're feeling very territorial, and like something or someone is disturbing your territory or crossing your boundaries. But that's how I think you're feeling internally. But I think what's really happening is I think there's changes going on. I think you may be getting a little pushback from people or the external, but I think that there's something occurring here that's getting you out of your comfort zone and trying to get you to let go, to relax a little bit, and maybe not have your guard up, maybe not be so black, white, yes, no on things, or having things a specific way, your way, for your sense of comfort. I just feel like it's like dragon claws gripping is like what I'm feeling. And it's like everything happening here is saying you're safe to a little. Okay, this could be your energy, this could be someone you're dealing with. I read energy, and energy is not linear, right? And if I'm tuning into someone's field, I'm tuning into everyone in their field too. So just keep that in mind here as I'm talking about this. I feel like you've been overly protective, overly controlling, and overly dominating about yourself, something specific that means a lot to you, maybe a relationship or maybe a project at work. It's very much like my territory, mine, my rules. Not gonna go. It's very much like that. So it's gonna be interesting reading. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. I was using Dreams of Gaia for Cancer. Am I feeling this one for you guys? Man, I kind of am. Let's continue to use this one. We'll continue with this one. All the decks that I use are linked below for your convenience. Any messages or insights for Aries? Any messages or insights for Aries at this time? Ooh, Aries. Some of you guys got strong Taurus in your chart. You could be a Taurus in Tropic and Aries in Vedic. I read Tropic Western Astrology. I've studied Vedic and other disciplines, but just pointing that out, I just feel such strong Taurus with you. Such strong Taurus energy, which is more like Taurus Gemini is more dragon, speaking from an astrological standpoint. But that dragon energy is just like it's strong. It's very strong. Any messages or insights for Aries, please? But I'm feeling it through Taurus for you. Any messages or insights for Aries? Oh. I think this is why you're feeling so like this. We have 3 of Earth and the Child. The Child is exactly how it sounds. It is about inner child. Also, Hummingbird is really sticking out to me for you there. It's also a very like playful, carefree, like curious child energy, which is very Gemini. It's very innocent. It's very innocent. And 3 of Pentacles is a card of cultivation and planting seeds and planning, right? Orchestrating, getting something together. I feel like this is what you're protecting. I think whatever has you feeling so threatened is because your inner child doesn't feel safe, or your ability to have some sense of personal freedom and how you operate from this energy doesn't feel like it has room. It's like, that's what I keep getting. It's like, back away, back away, back away, my territory, my rules, my stuff, my mind, leave me alone. Like, get away from me. Like, it's very much like that. And I feel like it's because what you're really doing is you're protecting this energy, whether it is your inner child or it is like a very free part of you, but it's like you can only be free in a certain capacity or in a certain limitation or like circumstance. Like, it's very particular is what I'm getting, which again feels a little controlling, but I get it. It's like, we are responsible for looking out for ourselves, which is also looking out for our inner child. But I feel like you're feeling kind of restricted in your ability to even be in your inner child or to be this free and playful and fun and vulnerable. I keep hearing from Spirit, it's like, you gotta let go. You gotta let go a little bit. You gotta trust a little bit more. You gotta like ease up a little bit. Like, and I want to say, learn how to feel safe and recognize at the same time that like you can't control everything, and that you got to learn how to feel safe in the chaos too of just all that is, right? Because the reality is we have very little control about anything external to us. We can control all of this. We can learn to feel safe within ourselves no matter what's going on externally, right? That I feel like is what is being asked of you at this time. But it definitely feels like you have been trying to operate from this energy, or you've been like literally very recently, because Three of Pentacles is very early on kind of planning and building. You've been recently trying to get something together from this place within yourself. Okay. Can I get another card for Aries, please? Aries. I feel like we need to have a little emotional talk. We have the Three of Earth, Child, and the Queen of Water, which is Queen of Cups. We literally have the mother and the child. This is a window, Aries, for you to repair or cultivate a connection with self in that same dynamic. How to hold yourself, how to allow yourself to feel safe, how to nourish yourself, how to have compassion for yourself, how to hold yourself like a mother would hold you. Some of you, this is also coinciding with actually repairing any relationships that you have that have the same dynamic, like parent-child, but specifically that like matriarchal, maternal connection to childlike connection. So anyone that you look out for, anyone who's supposed to be looking out for you, you know, like that kind of vibe. But it's definitely about like, hey, revisit your relationship to mother energy, to child energy, and the dynamic between the two. How you treat yourself, and also how that comes through in your relationships. This is a lot of trust between these two energies. That is a lot of trust. That's a lot of unconditional love. That's a lot of surrender. That's a lot of, yeah, a lot of faith, actually. A lot of faith going on there. That is what is being asked of you. Okay. And again, some of you may also be, as you are working through this, some of you may also be very tangibly, very physically repairing, mending, or working on any relationships that calls for those kind of dynamics and energies and archetypes. Okay. Wow. Oh, big trust, Aries. Big trust. Trust lessons, mother wounding, inner child shit, like all that stuff. Just the lesson of love too is in here. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards for you. We're at 12 minutes. Oh, good. We got a lot of time actually. I'm not feeling the Fae with you. Hold on a second. Actually, let's do beautiful creatures. Yeah, we'll do that one. Come here. Come on. There we go. Can I get a card for the Three of Earth, please? I am hearing completion. I am hearing that. So there is something that you are learning and healing here in terms of trust, love, the feminine, the mother, the inner child, and again, the connection between the two. Okay, how to be safe within yourself, how to hold yourself, how to trust yourself, how to trust others, how to feel safe no matter what's going on around you, how to let go of control. Can I get a card for the Three of Earth, please? For Aries, can I get a card for the Three of Earth? Some of you may be going to, almost said a woman, so maybe it's legitimately a woman, a Queen of Water person, because it can be a man too. We all have masculine, feminine energy, but I did want to say woman very specifically. But I'll just say a Queen of Water. Some of you may be wanting to approach a Queen of Water as part of this. I'm actually hearing clear the air. Interesting. Maybe to clear the air about something, and it ends up being very healing for you and like really highlighting these themes and lessons and things for you. Okay. Can I get a card for the Three of Earth, please, for Aries? Whee. Oh. Oh, Aries, this just got interesting. Okay. You got two kings coming out with the Three of Earth. I feel like this is very you. Interesting that you got two. It reminds me of Gemini, and I was getting towards Gemini with all the dragon energy. But King of Earth and King of Water, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, that's Scorpio and Taurus. So you got Taurus, you got some Gemini energy going on in here. You got a little Cancer going on in here. Got a lot of energies here. The fact that these two came out together says a lot, okay? First of all, it says you're very much in masculine energy. And literally, this whole reading is about learning to be more in your feminine, right? To lean into that a little bit more. You have both. It's just about bring some more feminine into the mix here. Again, more trust, more receiving, more faith, all of that stuff, more letting go and just trusting, right? But also to have King of Earth and King of Water, Scorpio Taurus, indicates that there is a polarity happening here. There is probably something going on about relationship in particular, and probably very intimate relationship, like an actual romantic partner or a business partner, or literally like a parent or a child, something like that going on here to have this polarity coming out like this, because it is like the 1-7, it is the first house of the 7th house. Okay. Let me feel into this a little bit more. It's so bizarre because like where I feel like I just keep feeling your triggered reaction is what I'm getting, of feeling territorial, but King of Cups and King of Earth also feels very territorial. Scorpio and Taurus rule possession, tangible material possession, and emotional possession, but also possession of hidden things and hidden knowledge and secrets, and like it's interesting, possession of kind of like non-tangible things, but in the form of like knowledge and psychology and emotions, right? The subconscious, actually possession of the subconscious is a good way of looking at that. Let go. There's a lot of fixed energy. Let go. It's good that you also have these coming out because it indicates that you do have a level of maturity that you're working from. But I just feel like it's almost like should be like this. Like it feels very exacerbated. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go a little bit. Let go. I keep feeling like you're being faced with your trust issues. And power dynamics are a part of this too. I'm gonna get one more. Can I get one more for 3 of Earth, please, for Aries? With King of Cups and Queen of Cups being out here, that could also indicate partnership. It could also indicate that there's a lot of people going on in this for you, like a family dynamic, okay? Can I get one more for 3 of Earth? I gotta be honest here, Aries, I am feeling a little bit of like humbling going on here, especially when Queen of Water comes into the mix, because it's like something about this watery feminine energy makes things very clear to you about how important it is to lean into that, to have vulnerability, to have compassion, to be a little bit more trusting, and to not be so like this, my way, mine, to be less like that. Whether this is someone you're seeking out, or just learning how to embody that yourself. I keep getting a humbling energy with that. Can I get a card for the 3 of Earth, please? I did say completion. And look, we have the World. Completion. I keep getting these like quick flashes of different feelings, like fleeting feelings. Like I just got this like feeling of loss, like a 5 of Pentacles thing, but I feel like that's a fear. I feel like you're afraid of losing. I feel like you have almost like a fear of scarcity that's behind all of this, but it feels really behind this, like very deeply, I want to say deeply embedded in the subconscious, because there's so much here about like, don't grip so hard, let go, surrender, open up a little bit, that it's almost like for you to have that triggered reaction to grip harder and to be territorial means you're afraid of losing. You're afraid of not having attachment. You're afraid of just letting things be natural or just come as they may. I feel like there's a fear of loss here. I do. I feel like there's a fear of loss. And the World card is indicating that you are completing something, but there is something new trying to happen here for you. But it's a window of opportunity. It's a window of opportunity to learn some lessons here. Okay. Some of you may also have reached, thank you. Regarding a certain relationship, especially again with the polarity of Taurus, Scorpio, it could be romantic. A romantic relationship might have just closed a chapter, is what I want to say. It can also be a very intimate relationship or a family member, like someone who's close. Okay. like you share blood with, you share a home with, like stuff like, you know, you share your heart and soul with, like very, very close, has reached a chapter of completion, which means maybe there has been an ending. But I think for the most part, it's just indicating that a phase of that relationship is over and a new one is trying to start. But it does require this of you, to be softer, to be more trusting, to be more vulnerable. It requires this of you. It also requires you to be seen. I keep hearing the word humble too. A lot going on here for you, Aries. A lot. Some of you, this chapter is closing because you are also going through a period of repair with that person as well. Okay? All right. Tell me about the child for Aries. Tell me about the child for Aries. Some of you could be planning a family, especially with like King of Cups, Queen of Cups, child. Like literally it could be about the start of a family or just the evolution of family as well. But it's very clear what's being required of you. You got to soften a little bit. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. I knew I felt that gripping. Four of Pentacles is a card of power. It's a card of resources, like saving money, but it's also a card of attachment and gripping for fear of the Five of Pentacles, for fear of the loss. I knew it. I knew it. I so felt that. You are trying to protect your inner child. I get it. Your inner child's afraid of loss and scarcity. It is what it is. It is what it is. And that is what is precious to you. And that is what you are trying to protect. That is what you are trying to keep safe. And that is like what you're advocating for. Your inner child, your sense of being able to be free in your own playful, carefree energy. For some of you, it's also to also like fight on behalf of a family member or to fight for the evolution of a relationship or evolution of family. Can I get another card for the child, please? Where are we at? 22 minutes? Okay. Readings are getting longer. Let's see here. Yeah, legacy, 10 of Pentacles. And then we have decadence, which is the Tower. Yeah, you're afraid of loss. Four of Pentacles, gripping on for dear life to this energy. 10 of Pentacles indicating legacy or family or health or wealth for the long-term future forward thinking, right? Holding on to what's in the now that you are equating with your future. Tower. You're trying to avoid the Tower. You're trying to avoid change. You're trying to avoid a shift. You're terrified of loss. I just keep getting that over and over and over. You got to move into this. You got to embrace this. And even if you are like dealing with the Queen of Water, learn from this Queen of Water. Because this Queen of Water is teaching you how to do this. But there's so much resistance and there's so much triggered energy and there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. The 4 and the 10 also imply a 6 of Pentacles, which is actually a card of reciprocity. It's also a card of balance, but reciprocity and generosity. I even feel like you're threatened by people's approach. Like the opinions of others, the actions of others. I feel like you're just in a really triggered state. But again, it's like you're not receiving the 6. It's interesting. It's like you're afraid of loss, but even when faced with the 6, this energy of giving and receiving, you're also resisting that out of fear of loss. But no matter what's happening, no matter what, you're experiencing a change because change is just normal. Change is the only thing we can count on, that we can, know that is coming no matter what. There's always going to be change. I know there's other verbiage there that wants to come out, but it's not coming out. Some of you have shifted households or need to shift households with the 10 of Pentacles and the Tower being here. And there's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding this Tower in whatever way it's coming through, whether you're changing jobs, financial situations, or home life. I feel like it's home family is what I keep getting, home and family. And you're attaching to it. Some of you also can't let go of the past and what has been for fear of the unknown in the future, but that is where faith and trust come in. Oh, so much going on here, Aries. And I keep getting too, it's like there are people around you, or maybe even one person in particular around you, but you're not trusting. You're not trusting because you're acting from a fearful place. And that's what I mean. It's like I can feel such a triggered energy that like any approach, you're like, it's like, it's very much like that. But this is an opportunity, like I said, to grow personally, to grow specific relationships here, and to move into a next chapter of certain relationships, or even a next chapter of the way you live and the way you see family and what is even special to you, even your own sense of freedom. You can have freedom without being in control. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. It's not something that you have hands on in your external. It's freedom of choice. That's what freedom is. Freedom is freedom of free will and choice. That's why we call it free will, you know? So let's move on to the Queen of Water, and then we will move into part 2. Tell me about this Queen of Water for Aries. Nine of Wands, guarded and resistant to the Queen of Water energy. Again, this is all about you learning to embody the Queen of Water, or even learn from a Queen of Water. Deal with a Queen of Water in your life. Those are the 3 that I'm getting. You can learn a lot from this energy, but you're resisting it because it, like, the Queen of Water energy represents exactly what you're afraid of. You're afraid to let go, you're afraid of surrender, and you're afraid to trust. And that's all the Queen of Water is about. But Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands can also be resiliency. I feel like it's you being guarded. Tell me more about the Queen of Water. God, I keep getting this too. For those where you are dealing with a Queen of Water, and it's more than just learning to embody it yourself, because no matter what, you got to embody the Queen of Water here in this reading. But if you are dealing with a Queen of Water, this person may also trigger you like crazy, because they, again, represent everything that you are learning to embody that scares you to embody. But I also get that it's like, how do I want to say this? The Queen of Water as an archetype is very intuitive and very empathic and very psychic. They see right through people, especially people's pain. And if you're dealing with the Queen of Water, they see your struggle. They see your wounds. They see you. And I think you know that, and that also freaks you out, because Queen of Water is also a vulnerable energy of being seen. And you don't want to be seen, but they see you. And I think that also triggers you. Can I get another card for the Queen of Water, please? Let me move that. Got a little altar here. Now it's in the way. All right. Another card for Queen of Water for Aries. Oh yeah, baby. Nine of Wands and 3 of Swords. Aries, that triggered energy, it's just a part of you that is seeking healing. And I do think it is in your inner child. And I think it's a fear of loss. And behind that fear, behind that, it is grief and pain. Behind all anger is grief. Been saying that for years. Behind all anger is grief and pain and heartbreak. And there it is. This Queen of Water sees it. And again, if you're not dealing with Queen of Water and you're just learning how to embody it yourself, it's about going there. It's about being honest with yourself and facing that pain, facing that unhealed part of self. Can I get one more, please, for Queen of Water? Can I get one more for Queen of Water, please? Ooh, not what I would have expected. Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands here? That's interesting. It's part of your pain. The Knight of Wands is part of your pain. Knight of Wands can sometimes represent anger, which is what I'm feeling with you. That could be why that's there. I feel like there's another reason, though. There's something else. Like, especially with the 3 of Swords being there, it just feels like a betrayal of passion. The first thing I saw in your energy was the Ace of Wands, which is just literally a representation of vitality and passion and all of that, like your fire, right? It feels like whatever the fear of loss is, it's also coinciding with a betrayal of passion, like a betrayal of your own vitality, which is probably also why you were so about your inner child and your sense of freedom. Sagittarius, Knight of Wands energy is also all about freedom. This is really interesting. So I take these messages as they resonate. I read for a lot of people. So some of this might be for you specifically and might be for other people, right? Because I'm getting that betrayal of passion. And I'm also getting this deep desire for freedom. But I feel like there's a distortion there. I feel like there may be some projections going on, which also might be why you have such strong masculine king energy and dragon energy. I feel like there's a projection of like, don't infringe on my freedom, even if someone's not doing that. Like you're a little overly possessive about like your own freedom, but in a way where it's like, there's illusion in there. There's a little bit of paranoia in there. I'm just sorry. I know these words are harsh. I just got to be honest here. But it's from a triggered place. And I feel like there's a lot of projections. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's really interesting too, just like how humans work and like, you know, reflection and projection and mirroring and all this stuff. Cause it's like, here you are being like, mine, but deep down you have this pain around like loss and fear of loss, but also grief around like, don't control me, don't, freedom. But then you're being like this. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's a self-perpetuating illusion. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. So even if someone isn't being like that, you think that they are, but it's from a hurt triggered place. It's from an unhealed place, which is why there's illusion there. Whew, okay, we got there. All right, let's get into part 2. Let's get deeper into this. I'll probably pull some animal cards, and I will definitely be pulling some tarot. And if you're going to join me for part 2, I will see you on the other side. If this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed this reading and found it supportive. And I will see you soon. Have a good night, Aries. Take care.